Justin Hawkins writes again. Good day to you, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again, my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, sign up for the alerts. Today I'm talking about the significance of an iconic performance by Take That when they did a cover version of Smells Like Teen Spirit in 1995. I mean, that was 20, it was a long time ago. 27 years ago. 27 years ago. Can you believe that? Here's some facts, anyway, about Take That quickly. Take That have had 28 top 40 singles and 17 top 5 singles on the UK singles chart, 12 of which have reached number 1. Also had 8 number 1 albums in the UK albums chart. Good stats. Take That has been certified for 14 million albums and 11.4 million singles in the UK. So if we do some crude mathematics here, 8 albums, divide that by... So 14 divided by 8, you'll get an average of how many they sold, right? 14 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, divided by 8. That means, on average, every album they've done has sold 1.75 million in the UK. Probably alone, really. That's fairly amazing stats. You know that old adage, 1.75 million people can't be wrong? Well, they can. Cats Are Rubbish said, "This is what got me into heavy metal," and then did the heavy metal sign. Nicola Pole said, "Let this serve as an important lesson to everyone. Just because you can doesn't mean you should." Big Dog's Dangler says, "That guitar solo just blew me away." Let's have a little look at this. Okay, so this performance is from Earl's Court in 95. That's a huge show, more or less an arena. That Earl's Court is where they used to do all the Brits award ceremonies and so on. So this is a huge amount of people, probably 15,000, something like that. One of the members of Take That has a guitar. I've forgotten what this one's name is. Sorry. Ooh, that's a saucy sound. What is that guitar? I'm trying to figure out what he's playing. Is that a Washburn or something? A la, Nuno Betancourt from Extreme. One thing you can't argue with is the stagecraft. He's really getting the crowd going before he does his whatever he's going to do. Just playing a simple G chord like this. He's got it tuned in a different way. And they're detuned as semi, but they're going to be playing one up. Weird. Okay, so just for argument's sake, it's an F. Like he's wafting up a fart. You seen those shreds, when somebody's overdubbed like the audio from live performances with deliberately sort of a stiff rhythm section, completely a guitar part that's completely devoid of anything that resembles feel. That's what it sounds like. Not to slag anybody off. I mean, Take That, a brilliant pop band. The numbers speak for themselves. The idea of pop music is to do what's popular, but it does look as though they're really excited to be playing some proper music and actually kind of standing on their own 8 feet and playing their own instruments, doing a cover version of a really iconic song from that era, actually from about a few years before that. A song that made everybody think that they could do something. It inspired so many young people, like the members of Take That, to pick up instruments, washburns, drumsticks, a bass, put on some leather trousers, and then just parade around like they're playing at Earl's Court. I mean, even when they are playing at Earl's Court. But what I think it also shows is that whilst people think that Nirvana's music was kind of easy and anybody could do it, fuck me, even if you sold 14 million copies of your album, even if you sold 14 million albums, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to pull off a Nirvana cover. It's more difficult than it looks. You've got to get it right. There's something magical about Nirvana, and there is something about this interpretation of their music that is not. It's really cool to see Gary Barlow sort of striding around the stage in that way, and he's like a man possessed. It's like, oh my God, this is my opportunity to show people what I can really do. And, you know, if we are to believe the narrative of Take That, then he is the talented one anyway. But it's kind of like, it just shows you, not everybody can rock. I mean, the drumming's deceptively difficult. I think it looks like a simple drum pattern to all intents and purposes. Everybody knows how great Dave Grohl is as a drummer because he creates iconic and stuff that sounds simple, but when you actually try and play it, if you have as much swing as a broken arm as this gentleman does, I think that's Howard, isn't it, on drums, it's going to sound stiff, to say the least. Mark Owen is a rude bass player, though, I've got to say that. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. The other thing I'll say is it looks like an old-fashioned 70s rock show, like that kind of. It's nice to look back at the 90s and think about like how the production was different. It's no video walls, there's no LED tubes, there's nothing like that. It's just old-fashioned, what they call park hands, those lights that generate proper heat. Like I see one of the shots from like 1 minute 49 or something like that. That just looks like a Queen show, almost. I mean, fuck me, it doesn't sound like a Queen show, I'll say that for sure. But I really think that this video is a real eye-opener because I think it shows you the reality of what's happening beneath the facade of pop music, but also it shows you how deceptive and how difficult it is to actually do simple, iconic rock music. It doesn't matter how experienced or how successful you are, there's no guarantee you can pull it off. Nirvana was a special band, it's true. I think this is going to be the legendary guitar solo. God, here we go. Come back, John Frusciante, all is forgiven. If I was looking for positives, I'd say at least he's using his little finger in some places. Like, you know, there are a lot of guitar players out there who have no faith in this guy. They'll use these ones because they're stronger. You know, you can bend harder with this one. Everything moves in the way that you expect it to. This one is just got the least muscles, so it's often underused, especially by blues players. But is it Jason? I think he's using all of them. He's not using any of them effectively, but they're all in play. That's the important thing. It seems like a guy who's had a few lessons and actually taken on board those early exercises to get this guy involved. But at the end of the day, it is dog shit. It's a bad solo. It's funny because I think the whole legacy that Nirvana built up as a band that made, you know, rock music, it destroyed the excess of the 80s and made rock music something accessible. People in my football team started picking up guitar and they started joining bands, and everybody wanted to play music. It was just that legacy was nearly shattered when the whole world realised that if Take That can't do it, what hope do the rest of us have? And most importantly, Take That can't do it, or they couldn't do it then. I'd like to hear it now. They'd probably smash it now because I think they've had a few years to improve and all that. I mean, it was a long time ago, but it's so telling. It's so telling, and you know, in a way, it's beautiful, isn't it? Justin Hawkins right again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, sign up for the alerts, and watch one of these two videos. Nice one, guys. See you on the eyes.